All right, so we're going to start in a chair, and today our props are a tennis ball or a pinky ball, and also a pencil or a pen. And so I like to just have you sit on the edge of a chair so that your sits bones so you can be upright. Feet are grounded. So we use the chair like a tool. It's not like we're relaxed, we're active. And then let's just take a minute and close the eyes just to bring ourselves kind of an internal focus. And it's noon, so most likely we've been doing things already today, probably many things. And so there's probably a whole afternoon ahead of us. And so we just close our eyes to bring ourselves into this moment. Start to sense the space you are in a way of a feeling sense. So notice temperature. Is it cool or warm where you are? What clothes are you wearing? Are they tight? Are they snug? Are they loose? What parts of the body are exposed to the air? Maybe your hands, maybe your arms, maybe your face or feet. And then notice any overall mood or feeling maybe this afternoon. Any predominant feeling? And then take a sense of your body, any areas of the body that are calling out to you, that are bringing your awareness in the form of maybe tension, maybe there's weight there, a feeling of heaviness, and maybe also there's areas of the body that feel kind of light. You might even notice that you're sitting on one side of your pelvis more than the other. Just kind of sense your body. And if there is areas of discomfort, notice that. And then let's go ahead and take one hand to the low belly and one hand to your chest. And let's do a little high-low breathing. So we'll start, low-high breathing. So we're going to start in the belly and raise the breath up to the chest. And so inhale into the low belly. Let that breath rise all the way up into your upper hand so that the inhale actually moves your upper hand up. And then when you exhale, the ribs soften and the belly draws back, and that's the exhale. And so inhale through the nose, belly expands, chest expands. Let's exhale out the mouth, chest softens, belly draws back. And let's repeat. We get a little more breath each time. Inhale, belly. Inhale, chest. Exhale, chest softens. Belly draws back. Exhale longer. Exhale a little bit longer. And again, inhale, belly. Inhale all the way up into the chest. Long exhale. Start your exhale. The chest softens. The belly draws back. Keep exhaling, exhaling, exhaling. And then just let that go. Just relax the breath. Bring your arms, hands on your thighs. Open your eyes. Let's just blink our eyes let's do about 20 blinks. So you're going to start to blink the eyes 20 times, like you have butterfly eyes. So butterfly eyes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then big surprise face. Lift your eyebrows, open the eyes wide. Huge smile. Let's lift the cheeks. Get that smile showing all your teeth. Lift the right cheek, lift the left cheek, lift your eyebrows. Scrunch the face as if you tasted something very sour. And then relax the face. Feel the face relax. And we do that again. Let's blink 10 times this time. So 10 blinks with the eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Big eyes. Lift your eyebrows. Huge smile. Lift your cheeks. Lift the right cheek. Lift the left cheek. Everything is lift. It's like a facelift. Lift, lift, lift. Can you feel the face? And then scrunch the face. And as if you tasted something sour. And then relax the face. Great. Let's go ahead to our jaw with your fingertips and do a little tapping right on that jaw line, up and down the jaw. We're going to do a little jaw work today. We're going to move our jaw. I'm going to tap first to get our awareness to our jaw. Go under the jaw a little bit too. Feel that bone. Notice if there's any sensitivity or tightness in the jaw. We tend to hold tightness here. See if you do. And then tap just behind the ear a little bit. So right behind the ear, believe it or not, is our inner ears. They look like little snails. We have 2 of them, vestibular systems. So we're just giving a little stimulus by tapping, actually. And then let's tap the whole face. Let's tap the forehead and the temples, the cheekbones, and the forehead. Let's go over the head. Really tap into your skull all the way to the base of the neck. And then back. Do that a couple times over the head to the base of the neck. And back. Go maybe to the side of the head now as you tap back to the base of the head. And back. And then let's go in and just kind of massage your head. So I want you to go in like your fingers were combs, and you go into the skull, and you're going to see, can I move my skull, the skin of my skull a little side to side? What does that feel like? Maybe you have a tight head so it's hard to move. And then can we go forward and back with the skull? And notice if there's places of tension there, or does it move easily? Okay. See if you can move the back of the skin of the skull too. Good. All right, shake that out a little bit. And then let's go to this jaw movement. I'm going to move a little closer so you can see. So we're going to have our hands. So we have an upper jaw, which is the cheekbone, and the lower jaw, which is the mandible, right? The lower jaw here. So I want you to bring your hands to where the lower jaw comes up towards the ears. And so it's right in front of the ears. Just use about 2 fingers, and I'm just going to place my hands there lightly, okay? And then my jaw is going to relax a little bit. So I want the lower jaw to just slightly drop away from the upper jaw, very light. And I want to try to stay very relaxed as we try to glide the jaw. So you're going to try to glide your jaw to one side. Hi, Vaughn. And then the other side. And glide, and glide. Now it's hard to talk into it, but I want you to glide with super relaxation, side to side. And try not to let the mouth open too much. And you can feel with your hands how it moves. And it may not move very much on one side. Maybe close your eyes so you can just sense it. There we go. There you go. Couple more. Let's see if we can get some good smooth glides in. Now this is very important motion for our brain. And back to center. You're going to place your fingers on the front of your chin, because not only does the jaw glide side to side, it goes forward and back, okay? So I'm going to put my hand here on the chin, and I'm going to, not my head, so I'm going to differentiate my head from my jaw. I'm going to let my jaw slide forward a little bit, and back. Forward, and back. It's not a huge motion, make it easy. Good. And maybe it doesn't even do it very well, so we're just going to think our way through it for a little bit until the movement happens. Couple more, gliding forward and back. Yep. And sometimes this is interesting, is when we do neural work, it makes us a little tired because it takes a lot of energy, but it's also tapping into our parasympathetic nervous system, so the part of our body that knows how to relax. Whew, okay, rest. That's a lot of work. Give me a big smile. Notice how it feels different when you smile. Lift your eyebrows. Lift your cheekbones. Feel how it's just easy, or it should feel like I can really smile now. Yeah, there I am. Hello. Okay, good. And then relax. Whew. It's a lot of work, but this, again, we talked about a couple weeks ago, is jaw work. This kind of work is also really good for this part of our brain called the basal ganglia, which helps reduce, when it's stimulated, it'll help reduce tremors. So interesting. Doing jaw work every day can be very beneficial for everyone, really, particularly if you with the tremors. So let's grab our pencils or pens. So if you just joined, Vaughn, grab a pencil or pen. We're going to do a little bit of eye work. Welcome to class, by the way. Welcome. We start with some neural work, and then we get into mobility, and then we get into the floor for some of our more Pilates-esque moves. That's kind of the flow. And you also want to have a ball. We're going to do a little bit of ball catching. So if you have any type of ball, that would be great. Okay, so let's do something called a pencil push-up. So it's the ability for our eyes to converge, that means come in, and diverge, meaning go out. Very important for catching, for example, for seeing far, for seeing near. We have muscles in our eyes that coordinate to parts of our brain. And so we want to make sure these muscles are working well. Now, sometimes with eye work, that's why I like to do it seated. We can get a little nauseous. We can get a little, maybe the eyes like blink or water. If that happens, just rest, okay? And then you can come back. We won't do a ton, but just to know, sometimes some of that happens. And so we're gonna, from the bridge of our nose, bring the pen straight out in front of us. Pen or pencil. If you don't have one, you could use your thumb. So I want you to find, so let's say it's the eraser, the tip of the pen. Just gaze at that tip of the pen first. Can I see clearly the tip of the pen? And can I stabilize my eye? Something called gaze stabilization. Can I do that first?
They do this when they're giving you a drunk test.
Oh yeah, do they? Is it? This is the drunk test of the day. All right, so you're going to be gazing at your pen or pencil, and then I want you to take an inhale and draw. Keep your eyes steady. Draw the pen towards you. If it goes double or blurry, you can just pause there. See if you can refocus. And then take the pen all the way back out. Breathing is important. We'll try for 3. So inhale, bring it in. Exhale, goes back out. Watch once. Good. Inhale, bring it in. Follow the pen. Follow the pen. Keep your eyes steady. Don't lose it. Exhale, take it out. Woo, good. All right. Awesome. Now we're going to do something called, that's just 3 times. So you can work on this more also on your own. Just kind of note how that feels, how far you got, were you able to come to your nose, kind of make little notes. Let's make a big circle. So let's start, well, circles to the right. So your head's going to stay still. This is tricky, but head's going to stay still. We're going to go up. We're going to go around to the right, making a circle around the peripheral of our head. We'll come down to center. You can switch hands here. Head still stays steady. And we'll continue that circle all the way around back to center. Let's do another one this direction. So big circle to the right. Head stays steady. Eyes follow your pen and your breathing. Good. One more time. Big circles. Let me see. Keep your head steady. Follow the pen with your eyes. Notice where you might lose your focus. Great. Once you've done 3 that direction, we're going to go the other way. So let's go big circles to the left, around and down to the left. Imagine that this is the most important thing you've looked at. So you really don't want to lose your focus. It's tempting. There's certain parts of the eyes that might be tight, and so you might, the eyes might jump away, but see if you can keep breathing, stretching the muscles of the eyes. 3 times. One more time. Make sure you're breathing. Beautiful. Awesome. Great. All right. Okay, let's come to standing. So you can move the chair just to the side. We're going to use the chair in a moment for a stretch, so just leave it to the side. We're going to make sure you bring your pinky ball or tennis ball with you. So last time we did the catching and throwing seated, we're going to try it standing. Now just note, absolutely we'll probably drop the ball. No big deal, we just go get it, okay? Just make sure, we're just going to do small tosses. So you have a nice easy stance with the feet. My feet are a little bit wide as if I was going to, like a little bit of an athletic stance. So knees are soft. And then I'm just going to look at the ball. Let's place the ball in the right hand. And remember when we talked about catching. So my hand is in a little bit of like a cup. It's going to catch. There's a sense of weight in the ball, and I want to allow the ball to kind of fall into my hand. So we're going to throw and catch. It's just a little side to side, from right to left. And really receive the ball. So let the ball kind of have weight. You're following with your eyes. And as you get more, let the ball soften into your hand. So there's this way when the hand can be stiff. And what happens if I have a stiff hand? The ball will pop right back out of my hand. So it's a soft hand, catching hand. And then you can start to throw the ball a little higher as you. I have a little soft knee. I like to add a little knee bend, but you don't have to. Just keep the body relaxed. catching the ball. Woo! Yep. Good, nice. Soft hand. We got a couple more. And then we'll leave it in the right hand and you're just going to do right-handed catches for 10 times. And you'll probably, and actually what I'd like to do, we have two options. We can bring our legs all the way together. So this is option one. This alone creates a little bit of where the body has to say, okay, I need to be stable. It might be a little bit challenging. If you already know your balance today is pretty good, you could try a little single leg. Okay, and then we're going to do a catching. And you can hold on while you do that too. So two options, feet together or single leg, and you can hold on. And then I'm going to do a little catch 10 times. Whoops. And you're going to throw and catch. 2, 3. Remember, soft hand. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good work. Good work. Okay, other side. Either feet together. That could be enough. Or we're balancing. Hand, left hand. Hand is soft. We're following with our eyes. We see the ball into our hand. 3, 4, 5. One side might be different as far as balance goes, so just step that foot down if you need to. 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest. Good work. Okay, place the balls away. That was it for today. Another fun one, but we may make sure we have space, is to throw it against the wall and catch it. But I don't know about people's spaces. We don't want to break stuff. Okay, so let's go to I should actually move this down. We're going to go to our feet a little bit. So we're going to do a little bit of footwork here. So my feet are together, not just a teeny little bit of space. Have your chair there in case you need it. We're going to roll up to the balls of the feet. Okay. Body is long. Just going to roll up. I want to feel weight, a little bit more weight on the ball, on the big toe joint. And I'm going to roll back down. So I'm going to roll right up the middle of the feet. And then I roll back down. Rolling up that big toe line. Okay, rolling up, rolling down. Roll up the big toe line. Feel the spine long. Roll down the big toe line. Feel your calves. As you roll up, could you pull the heels up? Feel your calves work. And then roll down. Rolling up. Feeling the length of the crown of the head up to the sky. Almost feel like you could leave the crown of the head up in the sky as you roll the heels down. Feeling a sense of opposition. Let's do 2 more like this. This next one, when you come up, we'll stay up. We'll stay here. You can have one hand on the chair if you need. Feel your glutes work a little bit. Feel the inner thighs work. Feel the core hug in. Eyes steady. Could you find something to look out in front of you? Let's do 3, 2, 1. Slowly roll down through your heels. You're going to bend your knees and straighten your knees. Okay, it's just a little knee bend. My body stays long, and then I straighten. Kind of simple. Bend the knees. Heels stay on the ground and straighten by pushing the floor away. We bend, push down to stand up. A couple more times. Bend the knees, pushing the floor away to straighten the legs. Last 2, we bend and we straighten. We bend and we straighten. Now we're going to change. We're going to bend. You may want to hold on a little bit. I'm going to roll up to my heels. Then I'm going to straighten up, and I'm going to roll down. I bend, I roll to my balls of my feet, I straighten, I roll down. Bend, roll, press, and reach. A couple more. Bend, now lift the heels, now push the floor away, now lower down. Last 2, we bend, lift the heels, press up, and lower down. Yep. We bend, lift the heels, press, lower down. Good. A little opposite hand to knee touch. Just touch and go. Touch the opposite knee. A little bit of balance. Find your breath. The legs are a little bit on, right? The calves, feet. A couple more, side to side here. Opposite side. And then let's bring our elbows out to the side. We start to reach across. Go a little slower, reach across. Yep, working that waistline now. A little rotation. There you go, that's it. 2 more. And then, can we touch the back of our heel? Can I reach back and touch the back? The idiot hamstring is going to turn on a little bit. Keep touching the back of your heel. Couple more. And then can we touch the opposite heel? I might have to lean back there a little bit, touching the opposite heel. Yep. Opposite hand to knee. 1 more each side. Good, good. Back to center. We're going to face the chair. We'll do a long stretch for our spine here. So hands are going to be on your chairs. You're going to walk your feet back. And I just want you to let your body, the knees could be soft a little bit. We're going to take that long stretch of the spine here. Nice forward fold. Hands top of the chair. They could also be against the wall if you don't have a chair that feels. You could also be against the wall if the chair isn't high enough. And just take a few breaths here, feeling your spine is long. Sits bones are wide. You could bend the knees a little bit. Take a few breaths. Let's try not to sink in the shoulders, but lift the upper back up a little bit and just feel like you could get longer. So I'm creating a long line versus dumping in the shoulders. Keep that upper back a little lifted. Take 1 more breath. And then we're going to try to do a little round spine here. So soft knees, can you curl your pelvis under you? You're going to now round, pressing down on the chair a little bit, rounding, and then you'll go back to long spine. Send the pelvis back, long spine. Exhale your curl pelvis, round, chin to chest, and then you'll lengthen the spine long. So it's a little standing cat, cow. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen long. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen long. 2 more times. Exhale, curl pelvis, round the ribs up to the sky, drop the head, and then inhale, get long through the spine, lengthen. 1 more time. Exhale, curl pelvis, round, chin to chest. Inhale, lengthen long, move through the spine. And then from here, the next time you start to round, curl pelvis under you, you're going to drop the hands and you're going to continue to round and roll all the way up to standing. Good. Arms out to a T position. A little bit of rib cage movement and a little side bending. So I'm going to slide my ribs to the right, and I'm going to slide ribs to the left. Slide ribs to the right. Slide ribs to the left. Slide and slide. Slide and slide. And slide and slide. That's it. 1 more time. We'll slide to the right. We're going to reach to the right and you're going to side bend. My left arm's up to the sky. I'm hanging. Take the left arm overhead. Reach to the opposite root. Big stretch. Then your left hand's going to come up. It's going to bring you up to back to standing. You're going to slide ribs to the left. It's going to take you over to your side bend. Right arm comes overhead. Reach. Right arm brings you back up. All the way up. And a little bit, pelvis is a little bit under your neutral, right? So we're sliding the ribs. Then we side bend over. Top arm comes over. Palms facing the floor. Stretch. Top hand comes back up, reaches you up. Slide ribs, over you go. Top hand comes over, faces the floor. Top hand comes up, pulls you up. Here, we're going to round, make a big basket with our arms, round our spine. Chin to chest. And then you're going to flex your hands, extend, reach your chest forward, extend the hands back, lift chest up to the sky. Exhale, curl pelvis, round like you're going to hug a big tree. Hug, move the spine, and then flex your hands, extend your spine. Let's move these spines. Yep, exhale, hug, round. Hug, hollow out the middle. Yep, that's it. Extend the spine, lift up. 2 more times. Exhale, round. Hug, hug, hug. Make room. Hollow out the middle. Inhale, extend. lift up, and then down you go. Good, some hourglass hips. 2 more things standing and moving the chair. Hourglass hips. So knees could be a little soft or they can stay straight. We've been working on this one. The spine stays connected and long. I'm going to slide the pelvis to the hips to the right. They slide back behind me. They go to the left and they come forward. We'll go from the side. They go side, back, side, forward. Side, back. It's like you're in a big hula hoop and you're tracing this hula hoop with your hips. And the spine stays connected. Yeah, this is better. This is coming along. Try to imagine and really map out a circular motion, leading with the hips. Now, if the hips are tight, guess what? You can bend the knees a little bit. It's totally fine. Couple more this direction. That's nice. That looks good. Opening it, we're getting some good mobility through our hips. And also, circular motions are really good for our brains. Let's go the other way. So go out to the left, back, right, and forward. And this is a little key here. Remember when we go forward, it's the pelvis that goes forward. I'm not sitting in my low back, so I'm staying long. Pelvis goes forward. So you go through a little hip extension. Okay? And you can go slow. You can always make it smaller. You can make it bigger. You make sure it just feels good and you're really feeling like you are making a circle with your pelvis. Try to see that motion or that shape in your mind's eye. Let's do one more this direction. Great. Okay, come to center. Feet a little bit wider and hands on the knees. Okay, so from here we're going to do just a few knee circles because I want to do a little bit of lunges with you. So my knees, it's like a Tootsie Roll. I'm going to have my knees come in. They go forward, out, and around. In, out, and around. So I'm just guiding. My hands are just lightly on my knees as I guide my knees in a circular-ish motion. Yep, and we're doing both at the same time. In, out, all the way straight and around. All the way straight. What do my feet do? My feet are responding a little bit, but my feet are staying spread out on the ground. They do roll a teeny bit, but my toes don't come off the ground. Can we change directions? See if you can change directions. Yep. Try to map that circular motion out. Again, we go straight, out, forward, and in. Couple more. Again, it can be small. Could be bigger. See if you can move together, both legs, one more time. All right, and then all the way back up, standing up. Okay, we're gonna do little squats, then a little lunges, and we get to the floor. So feet a little wider. Your feet are slightly externally rotated. Not a big one, just slight. Couple cues here is gonna be knees forward, hips back. We're gonna work on the bone rhythm of the legs, okay? So I'm gonna go knees forward, hips back. I come down to a squat. Now check the knees. Did my knees fall in? For right now, we want the knees to be out about second toe. And then we're going to come up. And we're going to reach up to the sky. Come down. Hips back, knees forward. Stand up, arms circle back and around. And you come down, knees forward, hips back. Circle back with the arms, pelvis forward, up you go. Coming down, knees forward, hips back. Pressing the floor away, coming up. We are going a little quick, I know. Knees forward on purpose. Pelvis back and up and around. Knees forward, hips back. Up and around with the arms, stretch to the sky. Good. Hips back, knees forward. Press the ground away, stand up strong. 2 more times, knees forward, hips back. Up you go. Knees forward, hips back. Press the ground away and standing up. Good, arms by your sides. Okay, we're gonna step forward with the right foot. Left leg is back, left heel is up. You may wanna have your chair nearby, okay? Because when we do a lunge, it's a little bit of balance. I'm gonna go sideways, I think. So what I wanna feel here first is I want your pelvis, I want us to just feel where the pelvis is in space. I want us to feel like we could lift the front of the pelvis up a little bit. So typically what happens is we might be kind of sitting out in our back, but we want to just give a little bit of space for the back so that I almost feel a stretch here. So when I draw my pelvis up, we might feel a stretch in that hip. I do. And then we're going to try to keep that for right now. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to bend my back knee. My front knee bends, I lower down a little bit, and I press back up all the way. You can keep that front knee slightly bent for today, okay? So front of the pelvis lifts up. We're going to take a little bend, a little journey downward. Press back up. Just doing 5. That was 2. So pelvis is facing forward, a little lower. It doesn't have to be deep. Press back up, and you can hold on, right? And a little bit of a lower. That's it. Press back up. Let your legs bring you down. Have your legs bring you up, and then step forward. Woo! Okay, good. Are we all right? We're doing good? How's that, Carrie? Was that good? Good, Adam. Okay. So start with facing, have your feet, your toes are facing me, okay, or forward. Make sure you're just forward. And your pelvis is facing forward. When I take my right leg back, my pelvis still stays facing forward. Okay, that's key. I don't want to be in a twist right here, because that's going to pull on my knee. So square yourself off for these ones. I mean, there's all different. We're gonna do squared off today. Okay, I'm on the ball of my back foot, and the first thing I want to feel here, let's all just dump our pelvis forward. So let your pelvis kind of, your front of your belly drop forward, and then I want you to pick up the front of the pelvis. Can I pick up the front of the pelvis? So my tailbone goes down a little bit. I lift up, and then I have a little core, and I have a stretch happening. I could keep that the whole time. All I'm going to do, it can be very small. I don't want to go into any discomfort in the joints. I can just bend a little bit, see what that feels like. To come up, it's my leg, especially that front leg, pushes me back up. I slowly lower down. Take your time. Push the front foot down to come up. 2. We're just going to do 5. Lower. I know these are hard. And push, but they're good for us. And lower. And push. That's it. This is nice. One more time. We got it. Lower. Push the front foot down. Find your glute. And then step forward. All right, good. That was awesome. Okay. I was just a little, I wanted to work on a little bit more leg strength standing in class. So, we're going to do some more of that. But let's go to the ground right now. Let's come down to the ground. A little bit of core work. If you'd like to bring any kind of padding, you can grab your blankets. Let's start first, since we worked a lot of our hips. Let's do a little hip opener, a little ground flow for a second. So I want us to do these hip, I just went blank on we're going to do these knee sways here. So my hands are behind me. My feet are wide. Here's key. We tend to bring our feet, we think it's wide and it's very close. We need to step our feet wide. Why? Because I need room for my hips. I'm lightly on the back of my hands. I'm not sinking, I'm just lightly there. I'm going to let the legs sway over to one side. And I want to notice my feet. So what's happening to my feet? I'm on the inside of one foot. I'm on the outside of the other foot. That's important. Then I roll back to both feet flat. And I go to the other side. So Adam, I think you could come up, bring your hands closer to you a little bit, so your torso is lifted a little higher. There you go. Yep, let's keep that for you. That's better. And roll back the top of the feet, and then over. So where we're and we may or may not, our knees may or may not touch the ground. Or, one side might not. Don't force, just allow. So we're getting internal rotation and external rotation. As you do it, as we get the reps in, the hip sockets open up a little bit. We get some synovial fluid going. Couple more. And one more each way. Great. Okay. Come back to center. Hands on the back of your thighs. My feet are still going to be kind of wide. I'm going to use my arms, my hands grab the back of my thighs, and I'm just going to pull myself up a little bit. I use my arms. Can I get high on those sits bones? Can I feel shoulders? When I get tall, I want to make sure I don't just pull my shoulders to my ears. My shoulders stay wide, my spine gets tall. And then I'm gonna slouch. I want everybody just to slouch. Let everything drop. Slouch, and then come up tall again. Pull, use the arms, elbows are wide, get nice and tall. And then just slump. And then lift. Lift the spine, feel your chest long, feel it high on the sits bones. Easy shoulders, where do I get my length? I want to feel the length from the spine. And then just slouch. Slouch, slump. One more time, get tall. Can I lift my chest? Easy shoulders. Let the arms go forward. And curl pelvis, let's roll it back. Keep your feet on the ground. Keep your feet on the ground. If you need your hands, you can use them. All the way back we go. We're going to go all the way back. Arms are going to go back behind us, and they circle around. They're going to reach for my thighs. And I'm going to go chin to chest. I'm going to reach for my thighs, and I'm going to bring myself up. And I may need to use my hands to help me to come all the way back up. Hey, you did it. Awesome. Get nice and tall. You might need a little momentum. That's okay. Inhale. Exhale, curl pelvis. Get the pelvis to curl under you. So you go to the back of the pelvis. Then it's the low back meets the ground. It's the ribs, upper ribs, shoulders, head. Reach the arms back. Circle the arms around. Reach for your back of your thighs, chin to chest. Exhale, come up. Inhale, tall. Exhale, curl pelvis. Go to the back of those imaginary pant pockets. Then the low back touches the ground. Then the ribs, shoulders, head, arms reach back. They circle around. Reach for your thighs, chin to chest. Look towards your belly or your knees and come on up. Inhale, tall. I'm going to watch once. Exhale, curl back. I'm going to watch. You keep going. Curl back. Rolling all the way back. Good. Reach those arms back overhead. Circle the arms around. Reach for your thighs and roll up. Chin to chest. Nice. Beautiful. Good. This time we'll stay down. That was better. That was great. Inhale. On your exhale, curl pelvis. Take your time. Feel each part of the spine. So it's the back of my pelvis. Oh, there I am. Then it's the top of my sacrum. That's the hard part. Then it's the low back. Woo! Then it's the ribs, shoulders, head. This time, let's just bring our feet a little closer to us. Interlace your hands and place the hands behind the head. All right, here we go. We're going to curl pelvis under so the low back is flush to the mat. So I'm imprinted. My spine is imprinted into the floor, and my spine includes my ribs for now. Elbows lift a little bit. Take an inhale. On our exhale, we're going to curl up, lifting head and shoulders off the ground. Now, my hands are supporting my head, yes? So my head is easy. I have space between the chin and my chest, like there was a little tennis ball between my chin and my chest, so my neck is long. From here, back stays flush. Could I bring one leg up tabletop? Could I bring the other leg up tabletop? Could I squeeze the knees together? Then could I separate the legs? One leg down, other leg down, my head floats down. Inhale, exhale, head floats up. Eyes towards the belly. Keep the space between the chin and the chest. Back is flush, one leg floats. Exhale, the other leg floats. Squeeze legs together, separate the legs, one leg down, other leg down, head floats down. Inhale. Exhale brings you up. One leg comes in, other leg comes in. Squeeze the legs together, separate the legs. One leg down, other leg down, head floats down. We're going to do two more. Hopefully starting to feel that core turn on. Inhale. Exhale brings you up. Inhale, one leg comes in. Exhale, other leg comes in. Squeeze legs together. Separate the legs. Inhale. Exhale. And down you go. Okay, we got it. Last one. We can do it. Inhale. Exhale up. Inhale, one leg comes in. Exhale, other leg comes in. Squeeze legs together. Separate the legs. One leg down, other leg down, and all the way down. Woo! All right, arms by your sides. Bring your feet a little closer together. We're going to go into bridging. Open up the front of the body. Arms, let's have thumbs face up. Back of the arms press down into the floor. And we want to make sure here the shoulders. So we want the back of the shoulder against the mat, okay? Now let's go curl pelvis and peel your spine away from the mat, lifting your pelvis up to the sky, lifting the hips, the pubic bone up to the sky. Now for a Pilates bridge, we typically want ribs and hips and knees to be in one long line. So we come up to a neutral bridge versus a big arch. So see if we can find that today. So we have ribs, hips, and knees in one long line. Now, I want to make sure you have that pelvis curled under you so that you stay out of that low back. Okay, and if you feel your low back, you can lower down in your bridge a little bit. Find your feet. So pushing those feet down so we get the legs. We want to feel the back of the legs really working here. Take another moment, feel your bridge. Take a breath. And then let's roll back down, starting from the upper back, rolling your spine back down onto the mat, one vertebra at a time. Take your time, curling the pelvis under you all the way. Keep curling until you finally make it to the ground. Inhale here. On your exhale, you curl the pelvis under you, and then you peel the spine up, one vertebra at a time, away from the floor. Feel your feet. Lift pubic bone, lift pelvis. Head is light. Arms are heavy. In your bridge, take a breath. Can you feel your big toes on the ground? Can you feel your heels? One more breath. And then on your next exhale, roll it down, starting from that upper back. Slowly but surely, curling the pelvis under you. As you curl, 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 make your way all the way down. Relax at the bottom. We're going to do one more. Inhale. On your exhale, curl pelvis. Peel the spine up. Coming up to the tips of your scapula. Feel the big toes, feel the pinky toes, feel the heel. Back of the shoulders are heavy. Take a breath here. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. Take an inhale. On the exhale, roll down from the upper back first. Curling. Keep the pelvis curling under you, rolling down. One precious vertebra at a time, all the way down. And then just grab one knee and then the other. Hug the knees into your chest. Do a little rock side to side. So roll out that back against the mat. Feel the floor under your back. Massaging the back into the floor. And then give me some nice big knee circles here. So circling the knees the hip bones in the hip sockets. Knee circles, hip circles here. You're guiding your legs with your arms. Your arms are really doing this motion of circling the hips. And then go the other way. Can you do individual circle, like one hand, Adam, try doing it where the legs they come in, they go out, they come in. Yeah, like that, perfect. And that both are fine, but this is just a little variation. One more this direction. And then give yourself a hug. Pull in. Inhale, exhale. See if you can lift your head, make yourself into a little ball. Can you hug your chins and hug yourself into a teeny little ball? And then long, open that ball out, stretch away. Reach the legs long, reach the hands overhead. You're in a big X. And then pull yourself back in, a little ball. And then stretch away, big X. One more time, hug, exhale, little ball. And then a big X, stretch away. And then just bend the knees, roll to either side. and bring yourself up. Take your time. You might be a little dizzy. It's possible. We're going to come up. We're going to do one breathing exercise standing, and then we'll be done. We're going to do something called the diaphragm stretch. So it works, guess what? The diaphragm. It is with an open mouth, so at first it seems a little strange, but the results are worth doing. And it opens us back up, gets our energy back up. So we're going to have the feet a little wide, knees a little wide. Soften the knees, tailbone curls under. We're going to flex the hands, reach the palms down to the ground. This gives us a little nerve stretch. If it's too much, lessen that a little bit. So we reach down and out with the palms of our hands. Pelvis is curling under. We want to keep a long spine. It's going to be an inhale, an open mouth exhale for 10 counts. Okay, and I'll do it with you. So reach away, take an inhale. Open the mouth, exhale for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Take a breath. We'll do one more time. Soft knees, pelvis under. Reach the palms out and away. This time I will do it with you. Take an inhale. Open mouth, exhale. And recovery. All right. Thank you. Thanks. Next week we have a sub, right? Is that true, Adam?
Yes, Stephanie is going to, Kamala is going to